Alright guys, I am back for a quick recap to this game here. So, good and bad things. We won 24-15. Most people were saying about 24-10. We had held up until the very end. Had a blown coverage by our linebackers as far as when Kevin Hogan got out of the pocket and he pretty much almost walked in for a touchdown in the fourth quarter. Stopping our streak of not allowing a touchdown this preseason. But either way, we still got the W 24-15. They tried for a 2-point conversion, and we stopped that. So I'll get right to it very simply and very quickly. We had 3 series with Jimmy Garoppolo, and they were all a disaster. Garoppolo literally had no passing yards, like none. And he had an interception. Then he had another would-be interception. So the issue that we're facing right now is the offensive line. And if those guys that they put in front of him tonight are supposed to be our starters, we're in trouble, people. We're in a hell of a lot of trouble. Because this isn't going to work out well for us if we can't even keep Jimmy upright and or give him a chance to be able to make some plays or do some things. He's so busy, running for his life, or he just looks shook out there. He looks scared. I understand there's rust when you come off, but, from what they were saying as far as practice goes, he was looking really good, but he didn't look good in 11-on-11s. So, this next game is going to tell us a lot about where he's at mentally. Our offensive line looked like shit. That play, Bradley Chubb was just terrorizing Jimmy Garoppolo. So if our offensive line is going to look like that, no. We can kiss all those wins that we won away because it's not going to be a good thing for us. We're going to try our damnedest to be able to get some W's, but if this offense don't get going, man, we're going to be in a hell of a lot of trouble. So that offensive line that we were all worried about reared its ugly head. Like I said before, our bookends are fine. We got Staley and we got McGlinchey. But in this system, Booger McFarland touched on it as he was broadcasting. The guards and the center are really the catalyst when it comes to everything that we have here. So if your guards suck and your center sucks, this zone stretch scheme ain't gonna work. So we got to figure out something, man, and something's got to give. We got to be able to be right, and let's pray to God that at least person and comes back healthy for week 1. That way we can continue to keep things going, because there's definitely a lot of miscommunication on the line. Ben Garland did an okay job tonight as far as hiking the ball, but yeah, we're in trouble if our offensive line keeps looking like this. There were a couple of other plays later on, in the game. CJ and Nick seem to keep battling it out, man. CJ ain't going down without a fight. He had a strip sack. Bradley Chubb got him on a strip sack. And I know that Dakota Watson made a few plays, for the Broncos tonight. But the difference is Dakota Watson been with us for years, and he knows the system. He knows what we're going to do. He knows when we line up what to do and what not, what not to do. He knows which quarterbacks are going to make what decisions. He's been with us too long. So him and I believe there was another guy that we had, I think Mike Purcell, that was on their defense. Like, they know the system. They know what we're doing. So I'm not going to give those guys no credit for already knowing anything. That's just too obvious. So everybody jumping around, oh, they made plays on him. Look at this. This is a great play. It's not a great play when you know the system. It's too easy. Honestly, good showing by CJ, good showing by Nick. But at the end of the defense looked good. Dante Johnson had a pick. We had a couple of would-be picks. We had some PBUs. Once again, we did what we did in the first preseason game. We let them drive downfield, and then we stopped them. So we held them field goals. Like I said, the only touchdown scorer was Kevin Hogan, and that was in the fourth quarter because basically his pocket collapsed. He moved up in the pocket and took off, and our linebackers just didn't even catch him by any stretch of the imagination. We actually had our safety and DB run into each other. It was Marcel Harris and Demetrius Flannigan Foles. So, overall, defense-wise, it was a great game. That touchdown in the fourth quarter, that was kind of a fluke, so I'm not going to trip out on that. But as far as defense-wise, we had a great game. Offensively, we had a good game. KB, oh, man. He had another big, wide-open pass and dropped that motherfucker. Killing me, KB. But KB came back and redeemed himself. He had a nice TD in the end zone. He had a couple other catches that he had, so he did great. I think Richie James Jr. has solidified himself as our kickoff returner and our punt returner. Dude looked great tonight. He did some fabulous things as far as that is concerned. So I like it. I like it a lot, what I'm seeing from him. He did some good things, and, as far as receiving and whatnot, didn't see too much of Jalen Hurd tonight. He was out there, but not really many plays. Did see Deebo Samuel make some good plays, and they took the next gen stats that they have. Deebo got up to about 20 miles an hour on that end around where he was about to, I think, or jet sweep. He was about to almost score. Had he not got pushed out of bounds, he was taking off. So, we just got to keep going with the offense and getting things rolling in the right direction. But to be honest with you, I'm not even going to front you. I know that CJ and Nick are facing more so the second and third string guys, but it looks like Nick is probably going to be more. He looks better as a starter. He doesn't look as rattled. He seems to be able to make the decisions better. I feel like Jimmy is really going to knock the rust off, and they're going to have to play him deep into the third quarter in this third preseason game for him to get the rust off, score a touchdown, kind of get back to who he was and get back to the things that he was supposed to do. And then the next thing that we need to do is make sure, if he looks that bad in the third preseason game, hell, you need to play him in the fourth preseason game. He's got to get out there. He's got to knock this rust off, man. Because he got hit a couple times. He was under duress, but he just looked discombobulated out there, man. Like, his mental was not there. Jimmy was not in that game because for him to have no passing yards, I knew the offensive line was just getting killed because, Denver is bringing that pass rush. So, if they're pass rushing, if there's defenses out there that are rushing us like that and their offensive line looks like shit, then Jimmy's just going to be running for his life, and that's just going to be worthless. So that just tells us that everything that everybody has been saying as far as leading toward picking up some guards in the center in next year's draft, which is a must, we're going to have to. Because if we can't get this stuff together by the end of the season, we're going to be sitting there in another 6-10 or 4-12 season, and somebody going to get their ass fired, and we're going to be back at square one again, man. I'm not looking forward to a 6-10 or 4-12 or a 2-14. I was looking forward to a 10-6, maybe 11-5 at best. But we've got to get the offensive line together, man, because they didn't give him any time to do a damn thing. Jimmy didn't have time to even breathe in the pocket, and he played about 3 series, which was more than they probably wanted him to, but they were trying their best to get him in a rhythm, but it wasn't panning out. Denver's rush was just too nasty, man. They were getting after him. So, that's basically it, man. We won 24-15. We beat the Broncos. We 2-0 in the preseason. Defense looks solid. DBs are looking great, but offensive line, man, it's a no-go on that. So y'all stay Niner faithful. Let's hope that we can continue this winning streak in the preseason. I'll see y'all at the next preseason game. Peace.